But anyways, there's a French film called Mignons. Here is the Americanized version. So if you don't know how this works anyways, a lot of the times movies will come out in France or Spain or Italy, whatever, and then they'll be remarketed and repackaged for other places in the world. Not everything is packaged and marketed the same. Some places have stricter censorship laws. Some places are just different. So, The Lion King can be marketed in America very different than in China. Okay, so if you didn't know that was a thing, it's a thing. Movie posters are different. If you go to Japan, movie posters are very different than they are in America. And so this is normal. So in America, this film is called Cuties. Here is the Netflix. This is from Netflix. This is their description of the show. Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity. Yeah. Okay, I feel like I read that right. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. So, people are pissed. Now, here's the catch. The French version is that the show is all about the over-exploitation of minors and the over-sexualization of them in TV shows and movies. So that's like the idea of it in French. So here's the exact thing. French producers who made this movie say they made it to show how disgusting it is that 11-year-old girls are being sexualized in social media. It is meant to be a critique of such actions, not a show or endorsement of it. Okay? So that's the whole idea, right? And every actress in here is 11. A lot of the times, you'll have like a 13-year-old person, but in the movie, it's played by someone who's 22 years old. But every single person in this movie who is supposed to be 11 is 11. And I ain't talking about Millie Bobby Brown. I'm talking about actual 11-year-old girls. Now, I'm not going to show the trailer. The trailer got a lot of flack. I'm not going to show the trailer. And I'll explain why. But I will show the photo. So as you can see, I mean, this poster is 11-year-old girls in incredibly provocative poses, wearing crop tops, and they look like they're in Bring It On. They look like they're Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I mean, the person in the back left is like mid-twerk, right? Now I'll compare it with the French version. The French version is very different. The French version is just some girls walking up a road. They're all clothed. There's really no twerking involved. Funny, because in the French marketing, twerking is never mentioned. In all the other marketing, this is not how this is. The only market, the only demographic that this was done was in America. Is that Amy, 11, becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. That sounds a whole lot different than a critique of how girls are being sexualized on social media and a critique of such actions. Very different. And what this shows you now, the question, this became a real hot topic. This became a really hot topic. And Netflix came out and actually spoke against it. So Netflix came out and said, this is a tweet on August 20th, so 3 days ago. We are deeply sorry for the inappropriate artwork that we used for Mignons/Cuties. It was not okay, nor was it representative of this French film, which won an award at Sundance. Irrelevant. Not sure why they put that in there. We've now updated the pictures and description. Okay? So the problem is, obviously, the problem is Netflix and the marketing. The problem is the Hollywood decision to look at this and say, okay, yeah, let's go. The problem is not the movie. I have not seen the movie. I will not watch the movie. But the problem is that Netflix, you got to think, you got to really step back. So let's really step back here. So Netflix is not just like 10 dudes, right? It's not just like an intern handling their social media. If Netflix hands you the keys to their social media, you're a pretty big player. If you're in the marketing room and you're designing the posters for Netflix shows and Netflix movies, you're in a pretty powerful position. Okay? So you got to think about how many people said yes to that poster. You have to think of how many people said yes to that description. And you have to think about why they said yes. So let's ask ourselves, why do you think they said yes? What are the reasons? Play devil's advocate. Play devil's advocate with me right now, and if you're in your car or you're listening at home or on the treadmill or whatever, why do you think they would have greenlit this? I'll play devil's advocate while you're playing devil's advocate. We'll just kind of bounce ideas off each other. It's a very interactive podcast today. One of the reasons is you could say, well, they are trying to really lean into the over-sexualization to drive home the point. Okay, perhaps. But I feel like that's not the case because it's not mentioned ever. So all of a sudden, is it like, well, is that supposed to be a twist? If it's a twist, then that doesn't really fix who's clicking on the video, right? Who would click on this video? Let's do that. Who clicks on this? 11-year-olds, twerking, dance crew. Who clicks on this video? Because this isn't Dance Moms, right? A lot of people watch Dance Moms. A lot of people did that. A lot of people watch those shows. But they watched it for the drama. They watched it for, I think her name was Abby, the leader of the whole thing. They watched it. They didn't watch it for the twerking girls. But if this movie's description is 11-year-old becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew, hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. Honestly, what this might be is just some kind of like sting operation. Like if you click this video, Chris Hansen might pop up through your wall like the Kool-Aid Man. And instead of the Kool-Aid Man busting in and going, oh yeah, it's Chris Hansen, and he's busting in and saying, go to jail. If you watch this movie, Netflix got that ass. If you, liked or watched the trailer, gotcha. So it might just be a big sting operation. If that's the case, hey, you know what? Well done, Netflix. If it's not a sting operation, what the hell is this, Netflix? And what the hell are people watching? I mean, let me just put you into a fly on the wall. Let me ask you this first. What is the appropriate household watching this movie? This is a tough one. It's a real tough one. Because the first answer is, well, it's probably appropriate for like 11-year-old girls. Okay, but is it? Because now the movie, obviously by the posters, are showing 11-year-old girls twerking, wearing crop tops, whatever. So now it's like, is that appropriate for 11-year-old girls? Probably not now. Okay. Well, who the hell is it appropriate for? Who is supposed to watch this movie? What is Netflix putting out there? What is this? You can't look at this photo. You cannot look at this poster. And I implore you to go look at this. I implore you to go look and to go see. The poster that if you want to find it, the way that I'm looking at it is on this YouTube video I saw of a critique on it. They show a tweet. The tweet is from @Yeet, YEETDERE. And they have the poster of the French version and the American version, and they compare the posters. That's how I'm looking at it. And you cannot look at the American version and not say like, holy shit. I mean, these are 11-year-olds. It's not like these are 15-year-olds. It's not like these are 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. These are 11-year-olds. That is crazy young. Crazy young to be in that photo or dancing or twerking or whatever. And the real, look, I'm not going to sit here and start, I'm not going to, it's too easy to be like, oh, well, this must mean that Netflix is run by pedophilia lizard people, who are trying to destroy the American households with this kind of propaganda. I don't think that's where we need to go with this. I think it's more like, yeah, these big wigs at Netflix or Hollywood Studios or wherever, they're marketing these things and just kind of clickbaiting and doing whatever they got to do to make ratings go up. If you're not familiar with clickbaiting, on YouTube, clickbaiting is a real big problem where people make the thumbnail either really provocative or really just kind of crazy, and then people click the video, and it's not like that at all. It'll be like, pictures of a girl in a bikini and, big letters say like WTF, and then you'll have like a helicopter exploding, and then you click the video, and it's a 4-minute video of some dude with a webcam in like 360 pixels, and that's it. It's like, where the hell, wait, what? Where? Or you'll see like a vlog, and you'll have a girl vlogger who will have like sensor bars over her chest, and then you get to her video, and she's never even in the video. So clickbait's a real thing. So it looks like Netflix, what this looks like to me is that Netflix is doing that. It looks like Netflix is just saying, yeah, man, let's just do more of this. Let's just do more of the clickbait. Let's just sell our souls for ratings. And that's really the problem. I don't think that this is some weird ploy for Netflix to drop some pedophilia propaganda. I don't think it's that. But I do think it is a good signal that they don't really give a shit about what they're putting out there, what it is. They just care that people click on it. That's it. They're not the judge. They're not the jury. Hey, man, here it is. Speaking of Netflix, here's a little warning. I was on Netflix the other day, and I was looking at the popular stuff, like the trending or whatever, like now that it's a category. And one of the trending movies was this movie called Love. And I think it's like a German film. I think it's called Love. And it's like a German film, whatever. So it was like the number 2 trending thing on Netflix. So I clicked it, whatever. I swear to you, the first, like not like, oh, you kind of learn the characters. The first scene is just a guy completely in the nude, a guy's, Oscar Mayer, just like zoomed in, and that's it. And it's so zoomed in that the whole time it's happening, you're like, what the hell is that? And then it kind of zooms out, and you're like, man, that looks a lot like an Oscar Mayer. And then it zooms out some more, and you're like, yeah, man, that's just exactly what that is. What the hell, man? And it opens up with a sex scene. And the film, lo and behold, is like a really controversial, provocative German film about like this couple who have kind of this open relationship, and through like all these sexual kind of situations, they kind of find themselves. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but the film was controversial and I guess famous because it's pornography. I mean, it is like actual intercourse filmed, like, it is pornography. There's no other way around it. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's pornography. But it's on Netflix. And like Netflix now has become like YouTube, where Netflix just puts stuff up there, and it's like, hey, here it is. If you want to click on it, you can click on it. If you don't want to, whatever. If it's pornography, it's pornography. If it's 11-year-olds twerking, it's 11-year-olds twerking. Whatever. It's Netflix, baby. Give me $14 a month. And it's kind of weird that it's like that because, you can watch, for $14 a month, you can watch everything from Jurassic Park, good, to Horton the Who and the Snorlax, or whatever, Dr. Seuss movies. Okay. Then you can watch some Lion King. All right. Or you can accidentally click on Love, and next thing you know, you're third wheeling in a softcore porn. And honestly, it's not even softcore. You're third wheeling in a hardcore porn. And like now they're throwing Cuties out there. So Netflix, this is our first official getting lost in the sauce situation, where Netflix is getting lost in that green sauce, where they're saying, yeah, man, whatever, put this shit out there. Velociraptors, money. Cuties, money. German sex movies, money. Horton Hears a Who, money. Well, what if kids click on the Love movie? Don't care. $14 a month. Print it. Scary place out there.